Hey you guys, this is Makanor, and this is Spiritual Thoughts. For a while, I've always pondered the condition of the soul. For me, I've always held the personal belief that the soul is the source of one's mental strength, it's the source of willpower, and it's the source of one's personality. It's the spark that starts the engine that moves the human body, that moves the body itself in any creature. But I've always been torn personally between two different ideas or concepts. And the first idea that soul is limited, that the soul has a set standard in a sense. It has a set blueprint. That the soul cannot grow, it cannot expand, that it cannot evolve, and that it cannot be refined. That the soul just is. That there is no redemption, there is no cleansing, there is no growth. It just is. But also, after looking at and reading various religions, folklore, mythology, and spiritual beliefs all around the world, I also have grown to develop another opinion, that the soul is malleable, that the soul has no set blueprint, it has no set standard, that the soul can expand and it can shrink, it can evolve and it can devolve, it can be cleansed and purged, it can be refined, or it can be corrupted. It can be taken, it can be given. And I've thought about it for a long time. A lot of religions and a lot of spiritual beliefs tend to focus on spiritual power or the importance of some type of metaphysical power. And if you see my other video where I talk about whether magic is intent based or ritual based or ingredient based, I believe that intent and willpower, that's that's basically an extension of the soul. That the soul itself is intent. The soul itself is simple thought. And thought that moves. Thought moves the body. And the soul itself is exactly that. It creates everything. And everything we do is simply thought. Everything we affect is from willpower and the thought of our own souls. And so for me, I've always thought, or always pondered, that maybe the soul could get stronger. Maybe the soul could evolve or, reach or transcend a higher frequency or whatever people want to say, or whatever term people find more appropriate, I guess. I've always been questioning and pondering with myself, basically debating with my own self, whether the soul whether the soul is, already has a predetermined limit or a blueprint, or whether the soul is as it is, or whether it can change. And going into a deeper part, or even going two different, or even branching out on that opinion, sometimes I'm of the belief that one's strength has to come from them. It has to come from their own natural ability. It has to come from their soul. It has to come from their own physical potential, their own innate potential that they have harnessed and refined on their own. And I'm also interested though in some ideas that use of spells to give one strength, whether it's spiritual or physical. It's weird. It's weird, I guess. And this is one of these weirder videos where I can't really fully express the way I'm really thinking about it. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I guess to sum up the whole video is, sometimes I think that the soul has a set blueprint. Sometimes I think that the soul does not have any predetermined blueprint, and the soul is really, the soul's limits are really what we make it to be. What it's capable of and what we're capable of physically or spiritually or mentally are what we make it to be. And I also feel another point in the video is that I believe that one's strength should come naturally from them. It should not come from any external sources. It should not be artificial. It should not be modified externally or unnaturally. That one's strength, whether it's mental, spiritual, or physical, should come from them. It should come naturally from that person. And that person's strength should be acquired through their own will, through their own practicing and attuning and refining their own energy or their own, ability. And then sometimes I can't help but think that sometimes maybe things that are artificial, sometimes things that are maybe modified or, engineered differently are pretty cool in their own way. But I don't know. This is just really rambling thoughts, but I already talked about other topics, so might as well bring up spiritual thoughts. I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this video. Tell me your thoughts on the human soul. Well, on the soul in general. Do you think there's a predefined limit? Do you think there's a blueprint or anything? How do you think the soul works? What do you not like about the soul? Do you believe there's a soul? Any of that. Bye.